Okay, I'm gonna just do a video without any editing whatsoever, so hopefully I don't mess up anywhere. I can't do editing because Windows Movie Maker messes me up whenever I hit any sort of editing. It saves it as a WLMP, I guess, and YouTube doesn't accept it, and you can't convert it. I don't know. My friend Katie is helping me figure it out because she has an awesome YouTube channel, which I'll link below for y'all. And she's been doing it for a while, so thank God I have her. She's been helping me out a lot. Okay, I want to do this video because I discovered a new technique for myself, and maybe it would help other people. And just to share it is fun. So I used to have a lot of issues with acting crazy, and this is common of neurotic individuals who have been through narcissistic abuse, especially narcissistic family abuse. The crazy comes out as a reactive abuse measure, so basically narcissists know how to push your buttons so they can kind of hang back and say the things that they know will continue to push you and push you and push you until finally you hit an emotional breaking point and you seem like the crazy one. So this is a common tactic that narcissists use to discredit their victims and also make their victims discredit themselves and feel like they are the ones that are insane and okay, so this has been my problem for a long time. Well, I'm finally getting over it, and I'll be 25 this year, so I'm finally learning how to stop seeming like the crazy person. And the number one tactic that I've been using, which I just found out how to verbalize today, is defining who people are. So putting people in boxes. Narcissism, learning about narcissism has been the number one help to me, and so I can now accept abuse from people in two different ways. I'll put people in one category. If they are, a lot of people are abusive, and a lot of people don't mean to be abusive, and a lot of people do mean to be abusive. Narcissists mean to be abusive. They know exactly what they're doing. They're not, they don't have hurt little egos that they're trying to compensate for, and they're completely unaware of their actions and how they affect people. No, narcissists are very aware of their actions, very aware how they affect people, and they do it because it works. So narcissists can do something or say something that would very much hurt you and be emotional abuse, but it doesn't look like emotional abuse because they're very keen at trying to seem like they try to not look like they're not trying to abuse you. So they're very keen at plausible deniability, trying to seem innocent, feigning ignorance, all that stuff. Whereas somebody who's just acting like a shitbag is not meaning to do it. In a sense, they're not meaning to hurt you or abuse you. They're rather just saying things out of an emotional, not even preconceived way of acting. So they're okay, so for example, the way that this got me started on this topic today was I'm in a conversation with Kyle's sister on Facebook today. We've been no contact with his narcissistic mother for about 2 years now, and it's kind of been culminating to this point. But now Kyle's sister is pretty upset with us for not talking to her. I mean, she's typical flying monkey enabler. She doesn't mean to do what she does, and she's obviously like under the influence of somebody who's a manipulator. So she's kind of brainwashed and innocent in a way, if you know what I'm saying. So she's Kyle's mom, like there's this big old mess of things that happen, but she hit me. Not just like a slap on the face or whatever. but yeah, and since I was like physically abused as a kid, that really affected me, and I saw it as like, wow, yes, this is an abusive person. And she was also trying to do the crazy making because she's a narcissist, so she knows exactly what tactics work in order to make you look crazy. So after she hit me, I'm like going insane. She really switched me into a different person. And we moved out that day because she threw all our stuff out on the outside of her house. Yeah, we were living with her, so that was a huge mistake. But we had just gotten back from Colorado, and we didn't have a place to stay, so she offered us to stay with her for a bit. So we were there for like a month or two. Yeah. So this is what I've decided. Somebody who is abusive to me and who hits me or slaps me on the face, whatever you want to say, even if it's just one time, that is abuse. And those people are going to have to be held accountable for their actions if they mean to be abusive, if they're trying to emotionally damage me or put me under some sort of control. Kyle's sister, she enables the abuse, and she'll rationalize, justify, and excuse the behavior of the narcissist, Kyle's mom, because she's under her spell. So she's being manipulated also. She's innocent. So today we were in a conversation, and she said, she said, like, what has she done to deserve this no contact? And I know how she feels about her abusing me, not just hitting me, but like all sorts of crazy stuff that she did. So I told her, like, sorry, I keep saying her, Eileen, all sorts of crazy stuff that Eileen did. Rachel has been pretty genuinely awesome this whole time, except for the fact that she's said to me that Eileen's behavior and abuse of me was justified. So, like, her reasons are, oh, it was only one time that she slapped me, or threw our stuff out, only one time, only, I deserved it because of how I was acting, and, or, that Eileen let us stay in her house, so because it was her house, it was okay, or anything like that. Like, they just use justifications. And to me, if somebody is justifying abusive behavior, and not just to me, this is objective truth. If you are justifying, excusing, and rationalizing another person abusing someone, that is abuse. That's emotional abuse, and that hurts people. And it hurt me to hear her say that. I told her that I can't discuss Eileen's abuse or why we're no contact with her, the actions she did, because I know that she's going to justify and defend them. So maybe in the future we can discuss it if she's willing to not do that, but I just at this moment cannot discuss it with her. So she's like, oh, well, I know she hit you, and but you kind of deserved it because you were a jerk and you were under her roof, so she has the right, blah, 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 typical. And so I responded in a really good way. I didn't even acknowledge it. And I think I'm coming to this point in my life where I'm realizing that people who are abusive come in two forms. And I'm about to tell you guys about this. So the first form is the people who mean to be abusive and mean to hurt you in order to control you. And the second form is people who are abusive or do an abusive thing, like what Rachel said, deeply hurt. And it hurts even more than being abused originally by a narcissist. It hurts even more to have people agree with that. It's like bullying. It hurts not because of the bully, but because they get other people to go along with it. And that's the deeper penetration right there. But even though it hurt more, I was able to forgive her instantly and I'm never even going to expect her to apologize or bring it up ever, because I can analyze that type of abusiveness and think like, okay, you are innocent. You're under the control. First of all, you're under the control of a manipulator. You're not a narcissist yourself. You're not meaning to hurt me or control me or manipulate me. You're just doing this out of ignorance and whatever else it could be. You know, emotionality. She's probably hurt herself, and so she's just saying these things to justify it in her head, to give herself some slack and understanding for why she's still in contact with an abuser, you know, somebody who abuses others. Even though she might not be being abused. But she has to justify it that her mom abuses others. Because she probably benefits from the relationship. I mean, she has a daughter, you know, we got pregnant within a month of each other. So she had her daughter 4 days before me, and she's real cute, and they kind of look like my daughter and hers, and it's kind of sad that they might not like get to see each other or hang out for a long time, but yeah, so this is where I'm at. This is it. So for a narcissist, somebody who is abusing me and meaning to, I require them to acknowledge that their behavior is wrong, that they are an abuser, and apologize, not justify their abuse or so I basically just require them to apologize and acknowledge that they were an abuser, which narcissists aren't going to do anyways. That's the definition almost of a narcissist, is that they don't feel sorry for what they did and they're not going to change. They like who they are because it works for them. It really does. So that's how I address abuse for narcissists. But how I address abuse from somebody like Kyle's sister, I just it doesn't even affect me anymore, even though it hurts even more than the narcissist abuse usually. It doesn't even affect me anymore because I can think in my mind, oh, okay, she's not an abuser. She's not meaning to hurt me. So this abuse it goes down in my mind. My whenever I'm being targeted for that stuff, I get ramped up and like try and defend myself or try and like push them away or whatever. But for this chick, for Kyle's sister, it's weird. It's abusive behavior, but I'm not responding to that like how I do for the first time in my life. And it's because now I'm recognizing where the patterns are, and I can just instantly forgive her and instantly keep a relationship with her and smooth over that and never have to have it brought up again or sit there and think on it at night and be disturbed by it, because I'm realizing that there are two different types of people. Well, you know, lots more, but generally two different types of people in the world. People who want to abuse you and people who don't want to abuse you. But even though those two categories end up abusing you at one point or the other, that's what you have to separate. It really is all about intentions. All right, so that's how I've been dealing with myself lately and figuring things out. And I just thought I could share that rant with y'all because I was on it. No editing. All right, let's see how it turned out.